welcome back to Pure Lottie. So today's video is a declutter video. So if you want to see what I've got in today's declutter, then make sure you keep watching. And if you like today's video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up down below because it really helps me out. And if you're new, don't forget to join my family, hit that subscribe button and shoot that notification bell to all so you don't miss any of my future videos. All right, let's jump in. Okay, so I have some palettes here. So these are all ones that have blush, bronzer, highlighters in them. So let's start off with this Kenia Ontiveros Beauty. I don't know how to pronounce that, so I apologize. This is the Blush and Shine Kit, and this is what it looks like. It doesn't have a mirror in it, but it is some really nice blushes and some really nice highlighters. Now, I haven't actually picked this up and used it since I have gotten it, so I'm going to re-gift this on to someone else. I have used it once, but I think it was literally just this color here, maybe. So yeah, I'm going to donate this on to someone else just because I never pick it up and use it. This next one here is from Ulta Beauty, and I got this in the collab I did with Anna, and this is just a blush and highlighter duo. Now, I did like it, but it is too deep for my skin tone, so I'm going to declutter it. Now, this was the blush and highlighter duo, and I think it was part of their like purple collection. I'm not sure of the exact name because I threw the packaging away, but it is good. It's not the best quality that I've ever felt out there, but it is just a bit too deep for my skin tone, so I'm going to pass this on. So the next palette is this one from Urban Decay, and it is their Urban Decay Naked Flushed palette. Now, this is Going Native Flushed, and it has a bronzer, a highlighter, and a blush in here. And I have had this for the longest time now, and this is what it looks like. You can see I have used it so often, but it has now got, yeah, it's still okay, but it has a little bit of dryness on the top now because I have used it so often. So I think I've had it for probably 3 or 4 years, and as much as I want to keep it, I don't think it would be safe to use on my skin now, so I'm actually going to put this one in the bin. So the next palette is this one from Rude Cosmetics, and it is their Fearless Face palette, and I got this in the Lumi box. So it has a nice big mirror, and it has here 6 shades, so I'm pretty sure that this one is meant to be like a bronzer, then you've got some blushes and you have some highlighters. Now, I'm not going to keep this one either. I just never reach for it, and if I'm honest, I never reach for actual palettes. I prefer a single blush or a single highlighter just so it doesn't take up so much room. And yeah, this one is so big, so I'm going to pass this on to someone else that could potentially use it or donate it. And the last palette is this one from The Balm, and it's in the Balm of Your Hand Greatest Hits Volume 2. So this one here has some eyeshadows in here, eyeliner, highlighter, bronzer, blush, and this is what it looks like. It does come with a nice mirror, and this is what it's looking like. This one is cracked a little bit. So this one here says that it is for an eyeliner, otherwise a shadow. This one's a shadow and liner. This one here is a eyeshadow. This one here is another eyeshadow. We've got the highlighter, we've got the bronzer, and we have the blushes. Now, you can mix and match with these as well. You can use them as eyeliners, you can use them as eyeshadows, blushes, highlighters, however you want to use it. But I do like this setup because it contains eyeshadow, highlighter, liner, blush, bronzer all in one. So this is a really good palette if I just want to go with one palette. I can do pretty much my whole face I just need my base products with this. So I'm going to keep this in my collection, and I do really like this. I actually really like the bronzer from these guys, and I do like their formula of their highlighters and their blushes. So yeah, I'm going to keep this in my collection. So I'm going to be keeping this one, and I am decluttering these 4. So I am going to pass on those 3 or donate them, and this one I am going to pop in the bin just because it is so old. Okay, so for bronzers and contour, this is what my current collection looks like. So to start off with, I'm going to go into this Pure Cosmetics. It is the Contour Diaries. Now, my mother-in-law actually gave me this when she didn't want to use it anymore. I am honestly not a contour person, so I'm going to get rid of it. I don't think I've even tried it once, if I'm honest. I just never wear it because I've never learned how to do contour. I prefer just to use a bronzer. So I'm going to get rid of this one. The next one is from Australis, and it is the Sweet Light Chocolate Scented Bronzer, and it's Ganache Gold. So I've had this for a while now. I really like this formula, and this was my ride or die at one point. I now have other ones that I like more. If I couldn't afford the higher end ones that I do like more, I would definitely go and repurchase this one. But for now, I am going to declutter it from my collection because I need to be brutal and get rid of more than just a few, because I do not have enough room in this house to hoard so much makeup. The next one is from Estetica, and this is one I've got in my Lumi box, and this one is the Sunset Bronzer. So it just looks like this, and again, this is another formula that I do actually really like, but I have ones that I prefer over this. So I'm going to declutter this out of my collection as well. The next one is from Nude by Nature, and it is their Mineral Bronzer. So it is just a loose bronzer. Now, I have actually never used this, so I am going to pop this in an upcoming giveaway. It does have a 24-month expiry, so I reckon that there's at least another 12 months that it could be used, because it came out of a package last December, but I just never actually used it because I had a full bronzer palette. So the next one is from La Ritzy Cosmetics, and it is this stick bronzer, and it is in Mahalo. Now, I got this in a recent Lumi box. I don't mind the formula, but I'm really not a stick bronzer person. I'm going to see if my mother-in-law would like this because she is a stick bronzer person. The next one is from Milk Makeup, and I'm going to keep this because I haven't actually tried this one out yet. So my mother-in-law brought this, but it was not dark enough for her skin tone, so she has given it to me. I am going to try it, and if it does not get used over the next few months, then I will declutter it. But I want to at least give it a chance and see if this will convert me to stick bronzers. The next one is from Fenty Beauty, and I actually brought this in a duo, so it was the powder and the stick version. So the powder version is in Shady Biz, and for a long time this was my ride or die. Now, I haven't hit pan on it, but if you can see here, it has actually gone all hard now. You can't really get any pigment off that side. This side is still okay, so you can get pigment off that side. But it is old now, and I really never reach for it because it has gone all hard, so I'm going to get rid of it. The next one is from Basic Beauty, and it is the Bronzy AF Bronzer Palette. So it's got Natural Cinnamon and Bad and Bronzy in there. So it is a trio. Now, I don't mind this and this shade. This shade here is too dark for me, but being honest, again, I never reach for this palette, and I think it's because I prefer just one shade, not a whole palette. So I'm going to get rid of this palette as well. This next one is from Nude by Nature, and again, it is a contour palette. Now, I'm actually going to keep this one just in case I ever do want to contour. These are much more nicer shades for contouring for my skin tone. I don't mind the formula of it as well. I did get it in the advent calendar last year that my mother-in-law did for me. And yeah, I don't mind the formula. I just am not a contour person. However, if I'm still not using it by the next declutter, then it will go in the next one. So the next one is from Fenty Beauty again. So this was the other duo one from the powder. So this one is in cinnamon and it is their matchstick. And I actually like this quite a bit. I have used a lot of it. It was a lot bigger than that, but this is all I have left. Now, I like this when I just want to add some glow into it, and I do actually use this when I do a no makeup look. This is the only stick bronzer so far that I don't mind using, so I'm going to keep hold of it for the moment being, but if I don't use it next declutter, it will go. So the next one is from Physicians Formula, and it is the Bronze Booster. So it is the Matte Sculpting Bronze Booster Highlight and Contour Palette. Now, I've only just recently got this, and I do really, really love the Physicians Formula bronzer, if I can get into it. So this is what it looks like. It has a mirror and it has a big brush on the bottom as well. I'm going to keep this one for now because I do really like it, and I have actually used this palette for a real simple eyeshadow look as well. So I'm going to keep hold of it, but if I don't use it by the next check-in, then I will declutter it. Now, I actually just remembered that I hadn't brought this one out. So this is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This was my ride or die bronzer for so long, and I actually didn't realize I had this in my drawer, but I did. I must have picked it up when it was on sale, because I was very close to finishing my butter bronzer, and I'd hit pan and everything, and then the last little bit of it actually dropped and shattered, and I wasn't able to save it. So I almost went through a full one of these. So I'm going to keep this. However, if I don't use it in the next few months, I will pop it in a giveaway, seen as it is still all in its packaging. The next one is from Benefit, and this is the Mini Hoola Bronzer. So this is just the original one, and this is what it looks like. And this was another ride or die for me for a while there. I really, really do like this. The only thing I don't like about it is how small the box is, but this is the mini version. Now, I did get the mini version because I don't use much bronzer, so I knew to use the big one. It was just going to take me forever. So I have used this so much already, and I don't think I'm anywhere close to hitting pan on it, but I am going to keep it in my collection just because it is so small, and I do really like this formula, and this one is a really good one for when I am traveling as well. And my lucky last one is my brand new fancy Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. So this is in 310. Now, unfortunately, she got a small scratch there, but please ignore that. Now, this is absolutely amazing, and I think it was hands down worth the money. So this is what it looks like. It does have the mirror up here. Now, I did go a shade 3 versus a shade 2. The shade 2 did show up, but I felt this was a bit more bronzy, and I could go in with a light hand with this, or build it up for a darker bronzer, whereas the shade 2, I felt like as though I would have to build it up quite a bit for it to be really noticeable on my skin. And when I do my no makeup looks, I also do like to use my bronzer on my crease, on my eyelids, just so then I don't have to do any eyeshadow. So this looks really nice as an eyeshadow as well. And this has become my favorite. It is what I use on a daily basis when I do my makeup. So this is 100% staying in my collection, and it is one that I will repurchase when I run out. It does have 24-month expiry, so I've only just recently got it at the Sephora opening day because the Mecca Maxima reopened as well at the same shopping centre. So yeah, this was exciting to get this, and I absolutely love it. So for the bronzers, I am going to keep these two stick bronzers. This one for my no makeup, this one here just because I want to try it. I'm going to keep the Hoola one just so I can use that when I travel. Obviously my Charlotte Tilbury because I use that all the time. The Physicians Formula as well because it's brand new. And then the two contour palettes I will also keep. And I will be decluttering this stick bronzer, the Aesthetica bronzer, the Australis bronzer, the Fenty Beauty bronzer. I think I might pop that in the bin, not donating, just because it is all hard now. The Basic Beauty and the Pure Cosmetics Contour Diaries. Okay, so for blushes, this is my current collection. So I really need to declutter this because I do not have the room for all of these to stay in my collection. So I need to be brutal with this. So let's start with the Police Blush Glow BB Cheek color. This one here is like a nice sort of orangey shade. It is very, very deep. It does blend out quite nicely though. So this is what it looks like, just here. I am going to declutter this one. I'm not much of a cream blush formula person. I will re-gift this on to someone else or donate it. The next one I have is this lip and cheek tint from Napoleon. I got this in a Lumi box and this has separated, so that made the decision for me. It is gone very disgusting now, so I'm going to declutter this and this will go in the bin, not the donation box. Okay, so the next one is this Bella Pierre Cosmetics Pro Blush Quad Palette. So this has the 4 pressed blush powders. It's in Rose, Autumn, Plum and Sugar, and this is what the shades look like. Now, I think I'm going to keep this one because I do like all the shades in this, and it would be good if I want a different shade. I could take this and I can also use this as eyeshadow as well. So yeah, I think I'm going to keep this one in my collection. The next one is from Australis and it is the Show Some Cheek Blush. So it looks like this. Now this actually does lift up and it has a mirror underneath and it has a little area I think for a sponge. I'm not sure what's happened to the sponge. This shade is quite nice, but I have ones that work better, so I'm going to declutter this one. So the next one is this lightweight matte blush in Daydreaming from She Glam, and this one was really pretty. It is really cheap and a nice formula. I do love the packaging of this as well. It is a really nice deep sort of pinky blush and just looks like that on your skin. I'm not sure if I'm getting that on camera or not. It does look really nice, but I felt like as though I do have to put quite a bit on, like build it up, so it's not super easy, so I'm going to get rid of this one. So this Nude by Nature one is next, and it is the Virgin Blush by Nude by Nature. Now this is actually a loose blush. It does have a bit of a shimmer to it, but I have not picked this up since I got it in December last year. I used it a handful of times, but I just find it so messy, and I'm not a loose powder person unless it's setting powder, so I think I'm going to get rid of this one and see if someone else will enjoy it. It does have 24 months expiry, and I think I've only used it like maybe 2 or 3 times. The next one is this Ulta Beauty Too Cheeky for Lips and Cheeks blush. It's in the shade Social, and again this is another one that I got when I did my collab with Anna, and it is such a pretty light pink blush. It is a cream formula, not the best formula that I've ever tried. It's probably one that I would actually prefer to top with a powder, but I'm going to keep this in my collection for now because it is not terrible, and if I do not use it before the next declutter, it will go in the next one. Next one I have here is from e.l.f. and this is the Sparkling Rose blush, and this is what it looks like. Now I did try using this the other day and unfortunately it has now dried up on the top. So I'm going to declutter it. I don't think I'm going to repurchase it just because I prefer a pressed powder blush over a stick blush. So the next one I've got here is from Basic Beauty. I got this in a Lumi box and it is the Miami Jelly Blush, and this formula is absolutely amazing. Now it honestly feels wet and like a jelly, but it is such a stunning blush that I'm definitely going to keep it. I love to use this when I do a no makeup. It feels wet. You put it on and it like blends down to almost like a satin powder finish. It's absolutely amazing. I love how pigmented it is, and you can go in with a light hand or a heavy hand and get as much pigment as you would like. So the next two blushes are the same. These are from Flower Beauty and they're the blush bombs. So I have the shade Bubbly and I have the shade Pinched. Now these here I was addicted to using for a while there, but I haven't picked them up in a little bit. So I'm just going to check and see if they are still okay. Yeah, it looks like the formula is still alright on that one. So I think I'm going to keep these just because I do actually really like this formula. Again, it is one that I use on my no makeup days. Definitely not one I use on my general everyday day. So it is, I did quite a bit more of that shade, but this is the Pinched and the other one, the pink one, was Bubbly. So yeah, I think I'm going to keep them for the moment. If they don't get used over the next few months, then they will be decluttered next time. So the next one is this Laura Geller Tropic Hues blush. Now this is absolutely stunning. I love this effect. I love that it has a little bit of shimmer to it as well. It is super pretty, so I'm going to keep this in my collection. The next one is from Becca and they have unfortunately now closed down. This is in Snapdragon. And I only just got this recently, but it is this stunning, like dark peachy pink color. And it is absolutely beautiful. It does have a bit of shimmer in it as well. But I absolutely really love this, so I'm going to keep it in my collection for now. The next one is from Pure Cosmetics and it is out of the Blue Light Up Vanity Blush Palette. So this one I just got recently in my Lumi boxes and I've actually used this blush non-stop since I have got it. I love how it has this little light in here around the mirror, and I just love how pretty and shimmery this is, so I am going to keep this one for the moment. So the next one is from Laura Mercier and this is the Peach Blush Palette. Now I have had this for quite a while, but this is my go-to blush if I want a peach. I really love this formula and I think it is absolutely stunning on my skin tone. So this one I will be keeping. Now the lucky last four here are Flower Beauty ones. Now I'm going to get rid of two of these, which is going to be this pink one in Wild Rose and this orange one here in Peach Primrose. Now the reason for this is because I have had them for quite a while. I'm not sure what the lasting time is on them, but these two shades here I actually never really pick up just because they are so bright, and I have a peach one already with the Laura Mercier and I have a really nice pink one with the Basic Beauty as well as the Laura Geller. So I don't need the same shades so many times, so I'm going to declutter these two. However, these two I am going to keep. Now this is my ride or die one. It is absolutely amazing. It is in Warm Hibiscus. It is a silk satin finish pressed powder and it is absolutely stunning. Now I use this almost all the time. I love how I could build it up. I love how it is also shimmery. It's just stunning. Now, when I don't want to use the shimmer, I tend to go into this shade here, and this shade is Sweet Pea, and it is in between like a matte and satin finish, so that's what it looks like there. So yeah, I'm going to keep those two. Okay, so for the keep pile, I'm keeping the Bella Pierre Pro Blush Quad Palette, the Basic Beauty Jelly Blush, the Ulta Beauty Too Cheeky Stick Blush, the two Flower Beauty Liquid Blushes, the Laura Geller Marble sort of blush, the Pure Cosmetics blush, the Laura Mercier Peach Blush, the Mecca blush, and then these two Flower Beauty blushes. And what I'm getting rid of is two of the Flower Beauty ones, the She Glam one, the Australis, the Nude by Nature loose powder one, the Elf stick, the Perlice liquid one, and the Napoleon one as well. Okay, so for the highlighters, again, I need to be a bit brittle. I've got so many. I need to get rid of ones that I just don't reach for. So first up, I've got this NYX Away We Glow Liquid Booster. So it's just one of the ones that come in a droplet formula. Now, I really don't like the liquid formula highlighter, so I'm going to get rid of this one. It's in the shade Glazed Donuts. It is very, very, very stunning, but I just never reach for it, so this one's going to be decluttered. The next one is from e.l.f. and this is the highlighting stick in the shade Pink Quartz. Now, this is absolutely beautiful and I would recommend purchasing this one, but I just never reach for it because I am more of a powder person. So this one I'm going to declutter as well. The next one I have here is from Illamasqua. I think that's how you pronounce it, and it is one of their pure pigments in Bigule. Now, I think this is a highlighter. It didn't come with any packaging. It was in one of, I think, a mystery box I got from Lumibox. Now, I have tested it, and it is absolutely stunning. It is a really pretty, like, white mixed with a champagne almost color. It is a powder, but it is a loose powder, and again, I don't like loose powders, so I'm going to get rid of this one as well. The next one I have here is from Physicians Formula. I got this in one of my Lumi boxes. This is the Translucent Pearl Mineral Glow Pearls. So this is what it looks like, and it does open up, and it has a little brush in here and also a mirror for on the go. Now, this is one of my favorite highlighters, so I'm definitely going to keep this formula in my collection. I love a lot of Physician Formula products, but I just really love how this shows up on my skin. So the next highlighter is from Galactic, and this is a Moonlight Skin Glow highlighter. I got this in a recent Lumi box, and I've actually been reaching for this quite a bit. It is a cream highlighter, but it goes on really nice even over top of powder. So I'm going to keep this in my collection for now because I'm absolutely loving this. Okay, so this next one is from Colourpop. It is one of their Super Shock highlighters. It is in Manifest That. I've had this for quite a while now, so this is what it looks like, and oh my goodness, I just absolutely love it. How stunning is this? It is just so pretty. My only downside to it is the packaging. Trying to open it is so hard, and the fact that it is so big, it takes up a lot of room. But I'm going to keep it for the moment being, and if I don't use it, I will declutter it next time. Okay, so next up we'll go in with the She Glam one. This is a really nice formula. I got this in Chrome Highlighter Lightning Dust. It is really pretty, but I never reach for it, and I have ones that work a bit better than this, so I'm going to declutter this one. So the next highlighter is from Ulta Beauty, and it is this Illuminator highlighter in the shade Rose Quartz. Now, this formula is really pretty. It is blinding. Everyone can see you from space, but it has a lot of kickback, and unfortunately it did get broken in transit to Australia, so therefore I find it really hard to use now because it is broken. I have repressed it back in a few times, but it just keeps breaking a little bit more every time. So unfortunately, as much as I love it, I am going to actually declutter this one. So the next one is this Nude by Nature highlighting palette. So it has 3 shades in it, and it is a really pretty palette. I do like the formula of this one. This one I do find is not as illuminating as a lot of my other highlighters, so I do tend to reach for this one when it's like a no makeup day. So I get a little bit of shine, but it's not overbearing. So I am going to keep this in my collection for now. This next one is from Pure Cosmetics, and I got this from my mother-in-law as well. It is the Elevation Mini Highlighter Palette. So it has 3 shades in here. It's got Boost, Altitude and Upgrade, and just unfortunately I never reached for this, so I am going to declutter it. I've only used it a handful of times, but it doesn't wow me, and I never reach for it, so it's taken up, you know, precious room. So this next one is the KVD Metal Crush Highlighter. So this is in Rose Shock, and it is actually a highlighter pen. This is actually really stunning. It does stick to where you apply it. It wears really nicely. However, it is this bright pink color, so therefore it doesn't really work on my skin tone, but it is really, really pretty as an inner corner highlighter, and I'm interested in trying this out and seeing what it would look like as like an eye topper as well. So I'm going to keep this in my collection for now and just see if I can use it for any other uses. If not, it will be decluttered next time. The next one is from Inglot, and it is this Soft Sparkler Face and Body Highlighter. Now this is a massive highlighter, and this is amazing. This is so gold and just so stunning and metallic. Can you see that? It is absolutely beautiful. So I am going to keep this formula for now because I do really, really like it. And I do use this mainly on my body versus my face because of my skin tone. But this looks really, really nice on sort of your like chest and your collarbones and stuff. It looks really pretty, so I'm going to keep this for now. If it's not used very much, I will declutter it next time. Okay, so this next one is from Physicians Formula, and I got this from the Lumi box as well, and it is their Natural Nude Highlighter. Now, it actually comes on the back here. It has a brush for your eyes and then a brush for your cheeks, and it actually says that you can use it for your eyes, a glow, contouring, everything. So I think this is a really cool palette. I really like the packaging as well, but this is what it looks like on the inside. Now, I do really like this, and I love that it has so many different tones in the one palette. So I am going to keep it because you never know when you may just need a shade out of this. So the next one is this Ofra Cosmetics highlighter. This is in Cloud 9. So this was the Nikki Tutorials collab, and I absolutely love this. This is stunning. I use it quite a bit. Definitely as like an inner corner highlighter. It just throws off so many shades in this one highlighter. It is stunning. So I'm definitely keeping this because I do use it so often, and it is probably one that I would repurchase again. Okay, this next one is the big Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Sugar Kit palette. So this has 4 highlighters in it. It's got Marshmallow, Gumdrop, Butterscotch and Starburst. And this formula is amazing. Again, the only thing is it doesn't have a mirror in here. I do use this quite often as well. It may not look like it, but that's because the pads are so big. Now it does pop out. I don't want to break it, so I'm not going to do it, but they do pop out. So if you just want to keep one individual shade, you could definitely do that. For now, I'm going to keep this in my collection because I did pay full price for this and I really do love it. And so far it's still working really nicely. So until it dries out or I use it all up, I will probably keep it in my collection because it is so pricey. So this next 4 is from Focolua. Now I think their packaging has changed now, but I got these probably 2 years ago now. They do have a 24-month expiry date on them, but I have not reached for these for probably a year now, so I think I'm going to declutter all of them. So this one is Rose Radiance number 4. It is a really, really pretty pink highlighter. It is absolutely stunning. It pulls a bit of gold, and I did use this quite a bit. The next one here is Gilded Goddess number 2. This is more of like a peachy tone, peachy goldy sort of tone here. It is really pretty. Again, I didn't use this as much as the pink though. The next one is Golden Crystal. So this is more of like a champagne gold color. So this is the other one that I would always use. Look how stunning that is. These just, they give you so much luminosity. The next one is Nova Light, and again this one is more of like a peachy sort of shade. So this is what that one looks like. So they are absolutely stunning. I do really like the formula, but I never reach for them. So they're just sitting there getting wasted in my collection, but I do really like them, and if I didn't have the rest of my collection, I would be quite happy to keep these. And the lucky last is this Flower Beauty Shimmer and Strobe Highlighting Palette. Now, this for so long was my ride or die highlighting palette. Now, this shade here, the champagne sort of one, is my absolute favorite. So I have gone through a whole one of these already, and I did hit pan on both the other shades, but I have decluttered that palette now. So I did pick up another one because I do love it so much. I just haven't opened it yet because I have been getting a lot of highlighters in my Lumi boxes and stuff, so I've been trying to use them before opening this one, but I'm going to definitely keep this because it's hands down my favorite. And if you find this palette, it's like $10 or something. It is amazing. Actually, I think it might even be about $6 to $8. It is amazing. Everyone can see you from space with this. It's got the gold, it's got the pink, and then it's got the champagne. So you get 3 colors in it. The brush is okay, not the best. I tend to use my own brush in the end, but it is absolutely stunning. Okay, so I kept quite a bit. So I've got the Flower Beauty brand new one. I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. I have the Ofra Cosmetics. I've got the Big Colourpop one, the Galactic, the 2 Physician Formula ones, the Inglot Body Highlighter, the Nude by Nature bit more subtle highlighter, and then this one liquid stick one. So I'm going to be keeping all of those. So I'm decluttering the NYX, the ELF, the Illuminasqua, the Pure Cosmetics, the Ulta Beauty Broken one, the She Glam, and then the 4 Focalua ones. So I hope you enjoyed that declutter. If you did, don't forget to hit the thumbs up down below because it really helps me out. And if you're new, don't forget to join my family. Hit that subscribe button and change that notification bell to all so you don't miss any of my future videos. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.